Hello my loves, what's up? Welcome back to another video. It is the start of a month, which means a new TBR video. I did not do a TBR video in June because I was suffering from a reading slump. So I decided to just mood read that whole month, so I just didn't bother doing a TBR video. If you're wanting to know what I read the month of June, go check out my reading recap video that I posted a couple weeks ago. I'll link it down below for you to watch. But yeah, that will tell you the books that I read in June. But today I have the essentials, which is my TBR jar and coffee. As you can probably tell from my TBR cart, I do have some new books, which I'm very excited about, and I really am hoping I'm reading this month. It was my birthday, so my husband bought me the Six of Crows book, which I'm very excited about. It is sprayed edge, it is hardcover, it is nice and shiny. So she's very pretty. And then I also got like a 4 new books, and I'm currently reading the King of Envy book as well. So this book I've actually read, so ignore that book, and also ignore this book. This becomes a kind of a shelf to just dump a whole bunch of books on. But I also have the Modern Divination down there and some books down the bottom that you can't see. So if you have watched my TBR videos, you know that I pick 4 prompts, and the 5th one is generally like myself. I just pick one that I really want to read. But this time I'm going to pick 5 prompts. So pretty much I really want to read like all of these books, and I can't pick which one that I want to read, so I'll let the TBR jar do it. I also have updated some prompts in my TBR jar. So let's get started. Alright, so let's pick our first prompt. I'm really hoping that I just get to read all of these books. I don't really want to read anything else. The first one is a book with a shiny cover. Okay, this is exciting. We have a few shiny covers. So we have this one, which is the Six of Crows. This is definitely a shiny cover. We also have, I think this one is a shiny cover. We have a few. Okay, this one, the Night Weaver, is also a shiny cover. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. It's not shiny. I thought the silver was like shiny. This one's not shiny. Never mind. We won't do that one. This one is kind of shiny. I thought this one was also shiny, but not really. It's not really giving much reflection. That's definitely not shiny. And we also have Wings of Starlight, which is also a shiny cover with the shiny spine as well. So I really want to read this one because I'm very interested, but the Six of Crows also sounds amazing. I don't know, I really want to read the Wings of Starlight. Like, I love both of them, but at the moment I'm kind of reading like a mafia-esque type of book, so that's kind of reminding me of the Six of Crows. So maybe I will read Wings of Starlight. Okay, so the second prompt, I updated these to kind of match a few more of the books, because some of the prompts that I had already picked on previous TBRs, they just didn't match what was here anymore. So I just updated them in the sense that they would match the books that are currently on the shelf. So our next one is a 5-star prediction. That is so hard. I have no idea. I would like to hope that all of these are a 5-star for me, but this year I have had very small amount of 5-star and 4.5-star reads. Everything's kind of in a 3 and below, which is really upsetting. But in saying that though, like I'm hoping that all of these will rate highly. However, Close Protection might be a 5-star read for me. This one is kind of giving the First Daughter movie. That's what I'm thinking is kind of going to be happening. An heiress in here called Daphne, and she's lived a life of privilege. But when there is a break-in at her father's office, he enlists the service of Milosh to guard her as a precaution, just a precaution. But they kind of are falling for each other. So I loved The First Daughter. I only watched that recently. I never knew that movie existed, but I loved that movie so much that I watched it twice in one weekend. So if it's giving that, I think I will like this a lot, and it will be a 5-star. So I'm really hoping that this is gonna be a 5-star. So let's pick this one as my second book. Okay, so far we're going good with the books that I actually want to read this month. I'm very excited about that. Okay, the third prompt is book with a sprayed edge. So that would be my Six of Crows book. The other ones don't have a sprayed edge. The only sprayed edge I had was this one and Wings of Starlight as well, with a nice shiny sprayed edge. So yeah, this is my third book. So this one is a sprayed edge and it also has a shiny cover. I did shiny covers because I thought there was more with shiny covers, but there's not. So, well, I'm excited about this. Corey basically, he said that he just went into the bookstore and asked the girl at the counter what her favorite book was, and she said Six of Crows. So he went and he found this one with the sprayed edge and the shiny cover and the hardback, and I'm so excited about it. This sounds so, so good. We have a beautiful map here at the start. I'm so excited about this. It is about a criminal prodigy is offered a chance at a deadly heist. So we have multiple characters in this book that help achieve this heist. But yeah, basically it's a heist and there's magic in here, Grisha magic. I'm not sure what type of magic that is. Yeah, and there's 6 dangerous outcasts. So those are our characters in this book as well. So this sounds so good. I'm so intrigued and I'm so excited to start it. The fact that I have 2 hardcover books this month, I'm so excited about that. Prompt number 4. There's a few other books on here that I wouldn't mind reading, just saying. Genre you don't normally read. Okay, this is really difficult because I do remember that we had this last time, which was actually 1984. Okay, so there's 1984, which I've never read. I think it's dystopian from what I've heard, but I unfortunately have no idea about this world, but she's kind of small, so maybe that might be good. I was meant to read this another month and I just didn't end up picking it up. It was the last thing I could think of that I wanted to read during the reading slump. So we also have this, but we also have Nightweaver, which is a fantasy book, but more so it's about pirates, and I never read pirates. 17-year-old pirate Asta and her family life at sea has been a refuge from Nightweavers, mystical beings with elemental powers that rule the land. But when the Oberons are finally defeated in an epic battle that shatters Asta's world, they are thrust into a new life to live among the very beings they hate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't read. Okay, it's saying that fans of Powerless and the Crimson Moth would like this. I've read Powerless, love Powerless. Not read the Crimson Moth yet, and I really want to. This is tricky because this is fantasy but pirates, which I never read about. And there's also dystopian, which I also never read. Would I prefer to read this over this? 100%. So we're gonna go with Nightweaver because I'm intrigued about these pirates because I literally never read pirates, but it says like enemies to lovers and stuff on here as well. So I'm assuming that I will really like this. I picked it up because I don't read about pirates, but it did have me kind of intrigued. So this is my last prompt, and the 2 other books that I would love to read this month are The Modern Divination and The Rose Bargain, which both sound amazing. So I'd really like to read those 2 as well. So yeah, let's see what prompt I get. I'm trying to grab, oh my gosh, there we go. Okay, a fantasy. So I think they're both fantasy, to be honest. I think The Rose Bargain is a type of fantasy, or is it just romance? Both of them are fantasy. This one is more of like a darker fantasy of like witches and such. This one is kind of like, what's it called? Like a debutante ball, and they have to win the Fae Sun, but there's also like a deal that goes into it. So this also sounds really good. I don't know. I would like to read The Modern Divination too, but maybe we have, let's have a think, hold on. We We have like pirates. We have like a heist. We also have like a cute little romance book, and we also have Wings of Starlight, which also is another romance book. So it's like 50-50 right now. Bless you. Of like dark type of magic romance and like a bit more fun romance. They are the two that's on there. I also have plenty of other options. I just really don't want to read any of those. And if I can pick anything between the books that I actually want to read, I will pick them. But I'm not sure. This is a lot smaller though, because we do have some bigger books here. So maybe let's go with the Rose Bargain for the 5th pick of the month of July. That's crazy that we're in July. Insane. Okay, just to wrap everything up, so I will be reading 5 books for the month of July, hopefully more, but I am very happy with the picks that we have gotten this TBR. Finally, for once, I might read all of them, which would be very exciting. I feel like I am out of my reading slump officially. I have been reading so much more. I've also been listening to a lot more audiobooks as well. So I'm excited to get stuck into these books. So the first one that we picked up was Wings of Starlight, which is this gorgeous book that I got only $12 from Big W. So I would highly suggest going to get this one. I'm very excited to read this. I don't even know, I haven't even looked at the blurb, like I don't know what it's about. All I know it's, people have said it's about Tinkerbell, and I would love that. So we have Wings of Starlight. We also have Close Protection, which I'm really excited about, a fun little romance book. Then we have The Night Weaver, which is about pirates and fantasy and deals and all that good stuff. Then we also have The Rose Bargain, which is a fantasy like debutante ball type of book. And then lastly, we have Six of Crows, which will be super fun, fantasy heist. I'm very excited about that. These pages though, like, oh, anyway. So that is all for the month of July. I can't wait to do a reading wrap up. I love filming reading wrap ups. They are my favorite because I get to talk about all the books that I loved and hated. So that will be coming in a few months time because I just finished another reading recap video. So if you want to have a look at that, go check out the link down below. And I will see you guys next week for a fun little vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.